Hey everybody, I'm Derek. Thank you for clicking on my video today and watching it. I really appreciate it. So today I'm just doing a quick video on my little DIYer shop here where I do a lot of different kinds of work, and I hope you'll stick with me through the whole thing. The whole shop is 200 square feet. It's a 10 by 20. It's actually technically a storage unit. I live here on the property and I manage all the storage units here, just so you know. So I'm gonna try and get through this pretty fast and not give you too many details to not take up too much of your time, but I am gonna try and go pretty thoroughly over everything that I have pretty quickly. It's not a whole lot, but I'll try and get through it as fast as I can. So I've got an extension cord reel, made it myself, empty cabinet, and a second cabinet that is not empty that I made out of generator automatic transfer switches, and I built these shelves in here. Don't look too close at the welds. They are awful. I don't know why, but I just could not get them to look okay to save my life. But I just used some scrap metal, and I store all of my liquids for all the different projects I do. I've got my compressed air hose reel here mounted to the wall. Air compressor, welding table that I don't really use a whole lot because it's so small, but it works for small things, that I built mostly out of scrap metal. If I could do it over again, I would have welded up my cross members across there instead of just from one side to the other. And I would have used 1/4 inch thick sheet metal for the top. 1/4 inch, so it would have been 1/4 inch plate, where that is just 1/8 inch. I've got my welding cart here set up. I've got a plasma cutter and the Forney Easy Weld 140 MP. It's a multi-process welder, MIG stick, TIG. I don't have the TIG stuff for it. Then I keep some, sorry this is such a mess. I didn't do any cleaning before this, but I just keep like welding rods, markers, welding wire, spare parts, consumables, things in there, gloves on the bottom. This wouldn't be my preferred welding cart setup, but it just is what it is for now because I have to keep everything so compact in this small shop while I'm still living here. Welding helmets hanging on the wall, sheet metal storage on top. My 20-ton shop press from Harbor Freight. I don't use it a whole lot in hindsight. I probably would have just bought in a 12-ton, but I didn't want to run into anything where I wish I had my 20-ton shop press for, and so I spent the extra 40 bucks or whatever that it cost. Just a project here I'm working on, my hydraulic cart that I do a lot of, lift a lot of small engine stuff up that I'm working on. I'm gonna go through each of my toolboxes. Got sandpaper here on the top, miscellaneous bits here, clamps. I'd like to find a new place for those. Saw blades, specifically jigsaw and recip saw. Cut-off discs and grinding wheels and wire brushes and stuff. And then I've got some spare tires, kind of my tire storage area. Got slime, patch kit, stuff like that in there. Got the Bauer weed eater, rigid shop vac. So this is kind of like my socket tool cart. It's the US General from Harbor Freight. I really, really like it. Got extensions and what I pretty much call my oil changing or junk ratchets. Just the ratchets I use I don't really care about. Then I've got all my nicer ratchets here. All the Pittsburgh Pro ratchets that I think are really nice and have the comfort grips on that I really like, and that have the fine tooth count that I think are pretty good. I've got my socket organization here, as you can see, deep and shallow socket all the way from 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch drive sockets. Then some specialty stuff, Torx and Allen head and everything, not that it's that special. Then I got impact sockets, impact adapters, the Cobalt Air Impact wrench, some more kind of specialty tools, OBD2 reader, digital calipers, gauge, torque wrench that doesn't get used as often as it should, breaker bar, tap and die set, the central pneumatic air ratchet. Then I got the Bauer bandsaw there, and some spare sockets in that little toolbox there off to the left, and the Bosch hammer drill and my Cobalt ratchet set, my first socket set. Moving on, I guess I better talk about this. This is my shelf up here. I just kind of keep some bulk storage up here. Wheels for my car, hydraulic pump, hand pump, the Century FC90 that does get pulled down once in a while, my Amico 160D stick welder, and then just some other things. So here I've got my lineup of all of my Bauer tools organized nice and neat across the bench here on my tool mounts that I got from LoneStarSigns.com, and just some of the Bauer tools. Again, I didn't clean for this, so some things are out from being used. Then I got my wrench drawer here on the top. These are all ratcheting wrenches. Pittsburgh and Husky all work pretty good. I have no complaints about really any of them. Anyway, those are all the ratcheting wrenches. Come down another drawer, regular wrenches, and these offset combination wrenches. Anyway, I almost never use them, but I got them just in case I ever ran into a point to where they were exactly what I needed. Got my pliers drawer, lots of pliers, wire cutters, snap ring pliers, long reach hose pliers, all kinds of different stuff. Then just another drawer of regular wrenches. I really have a lot of wrenches for someone who just does DIY stuff, but I just never want to be caught in a position where I wish I had a different wrench. So then I got some gear pullers here and tire bead breaker bars, tire tools, all my hammers, the one and only Snap-on hammer that you will find in my shop. Not just hammer, but Snap-on tool, because I found it on the road. I'd never pay for it myself. I found it on the side of the road. Got some larger cordless tools here: Bauer angle grinders, Bauer jigsaw, Bauer recip saw, Milwaukee hole saws, just some random junk, Dremel tool, extra saw blades, pipe wrenches, Allen wrenches, tape measures, squares, chisels, hacksaws, and my two circular saws, the Evolution and just a plain old skill saw, non-worm drive. So then I got up here in the small Husky toolbox, just kind of my safety stuff, your hair protection, gloves, eye protection. Got some more specialty tools here: helicoil kit, small engine, carburetor tuning kit, spark plug, gapper, refrigerant for vehicle gauge, spark plug tester, feeler gauge, lawnmower blade, balancer, Milwaukee, really nice, I really enjoy these, locking pliers. Then kind of specialty screwdrivers, small torque screwdrivers, my prying screwdriver really, pick set, Allen wrench, all kinds of different stuff. Valve stem removal tools, standard and metric nut drivers, a bunch of pick sets, torque screwdrivers, screwdriver drawer, drill bit drawer, my adjustable wrenches drawer, and kind of some miscellaneous stuff. Got some air tools in here, wire brushes, rivet gun, a bunch of punches, files, sheet metal working tools, staples, scrapers, sanders, grinders, and a corded drill, and a heat gun. Okay, so up there's my plumber's kit. I used to be a service plumber, so I've got all my plumbing specific tools in there. Pretty much never even use anything in there. Got like tool accessories in here, mostly just like extra guards and things like that that come with tool kits, or with tools in a kit that I don't necessarily use. Some new and used parts mixed for various things, new and used parts mixed. These drawers don't open super well, but basically tapes and zip ties, and I guess just wood glue. There might be some other glues or adhesives in there. Gasket makers, more tapes, electrical tape, Gorilla Glue, Loctite, super glue, dielectric grease, gasket sealer stuff. Kind of my electrical tools. Normally there's a battery charger in here, but I got a trickle charger, fluid transfer pumps, spray paints, some plumbing and HVAC stuff, and wood finishes and stuff like that. A 3x3 piece of scrap that I picked up from the scrap metal yard for like $5. If I would have bought it in a 20-foot length, it cost me like $300, so I thought it was a good deal. Huge bolt cutters, lights, dirty towel bucket, clean towel bucket. All my funnels are in the Napa bucket. 2-ton trolley jack, bottle jacks. Then I got a bunch of different hardware kits here. I'm not going to go over them. Milwaukee ones as well. And then just some random other parts kits. The rigid table saw, it's a great table saw. A miscellaneous wire spool thing that I bought from Harbor Freight. Air compressor, expansion tank, another one. One that I made out of a broken air compressor. Jack stands, tire bead setter, ethanol-free gas can, tool bags, more hardware, scrap steel storage here on the bottom, milk crates with some winches and chains and towing, things like that, extension cords, the workbench, the vise, drill press, chop saw, ultrasonic cleaner, bench grinder there behind it, miter saw. Getting over here, the scroll saw, I've never even used that. I got it for free. Oil storage. Again, this is a mess. The Armor All Ultimate Car Care Package. Decent deal at Christmas time for 20 bucks. Just some more mix fuel cans, more oil. Engine parts for my Kohler K321 that I'm going to be rebuilding probably at the end of this year after school is over. And chainsaws and my chainsaw box. And then I've got a 173cc vertical shaft Predator engine that you can barely see back there. Sitting there waiting for a lawnmower or something for it to be used on. That I put all my trash in, and that's pretty much it, guys. So that is pretty much the shop there. I know it's not too terribly exciting, but if you ever just kind of wanted to know what was all over in my shop, that's pretty much it. What tools I still have, maybe, you know, and just a peek inside of my toolbox drawers. I thought somebody out there might enjoy it. Maybe nobody will, and this will have like a 10% average view duration. But yeah, so I really appreciate you guys watching. Maybe if you're in a small shop or garage, this might give you some inspiration of how to organize a little bit better. Not that I'm super well organized, but I can get a fair amount of work done in this little shop for the size. I cannot wait to be done with school and to start making more money and get into a much bigger shop that I can pull my cars into, have multiple projects going on at one time where I'm not crowded out with just one project like I kind of feel like I am right now. So anyway, yeah, guys, really appreciate you watching. We will see you in the next video.